So thoughts during my commissioning. I suppose it was that I finally made it. It was a moment I'd worked my whole life towards. So finally having, your grandfather who's a, 25-year naval veteran sit across for you and administer the oath of office to you and, finally getting to raise your right hand. It was, yeah, that's basically what my thoughts was finally made it. So mostly my duties are right now administrative. I take inventory of the unit's gear, do random bits of paperwork, but I also go to funerals to render military honors for those who have fallen, Memorial Day and all that. I will be doing that until October. I'll go to Pensacola, Florida to attend flight school. I don't think a lot of people understand really how the difference between an officer and enlisted in the military. I'm an officer, so what that means is that I've been in for 2 weeks and I automatically outrank every single enlisted man in the force, which is it's pretty humbling. There'll be guys in there that'll been in for 25 years and know way more about the Navy than me, but technically they'll have to call me sir and follow my directives, but I outrank them, but at the same time they know a lot more than me, and I need to recognize that and have them help me transition from being just a college student to being an officer. They'll know way more about ships and the like than me, and they're going to give me a lot of valuable information that will help me in my career forward. First thoughts about being in the Navy is that it doesn't necessarily feel like I'm really in the Navy yet. As I said previously, I just do administrative work at this point. I haven't really gotten into the meat of it, so it's an honor to be able to serve, to call myself a member of the Navy. It's a service that has been defending the country since 1776. So to be considered part of that group it's an honor. The reason I served was that I feel like at least that my nation's given me so much, and this is just a little something I could do to help give back. I don't know. What's it like to not be from a military family? I don't know. I don't know. Just dad had to go to work for 6 months at a time. It was, I guess, not that much different from. I wouldn't consider it that much different from a non-military family. It's, different perspective, I suppose. I would very much consider it the family business. It's I'll be the third generation Baumstark that'll be a naval officer. We've had a commissioned naval officer in the Baumstark family since 1964. So that's a long, proud tradition of naval service, and I'm proud to be part of it. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm following his footsteps. I'm doing my own path, and it just happens to be the path that he took as well. And this is very early stages of the Navy, keep in mind. There's only really 4 paths I could have gone down, and I just happened to pick the coolest one of them. So he did too. But from here on out, our paths will probably diverge greatly. You get questions a lot, what if you die while you're serving it? That's not something I'm afraid of. It's just part of the job. If I had to be afraid of anything, it's not doing a good enough job. The public and the sailors under me have a lot of expectations that I do my job well and properly, and I suppose my biggest fear would be failing them. What do I hope to accomplish? Well, it's going to sound kind of cheesy, but honestly, I've already done it. I'm an officer in the Navy. That's basically what my dream of my whole life has been. From here, I get to live my dream. I'm going to be a naval aviator. You want to get launched off flight decks, go do cool stuff, and get paid for it. I mean, what more could you possibly want out of life? I suppose what makes me proud to be American is that I do firmly believe that America is the best country on earth. I know that's becoming less of a popular opinion nowadays, but I do believe that even if we mess up sometimes, the ideals upon which our country is founded are the right ones, that no other country on earth is founded on them the same way that we are, and that I can carry on a legacy that's been going on for well over 200 years. Say it.
Yes.
Do I?
Yeah.
Is it important for this project? I'm Brody Baumstark, and I'm proud to be an American.
My name is Chris Baumstark, and I was commissioned in the Navy on October 26, 1990. I flew airplanes for the Navy and retired as a commander. I also did Naval Special Warfare. I was in the military for 21 years. Between flying and doing the Naval Special Warfare operations job, I like the second one better because I like the people better. They were good folks and very dedicated to their jobs. So my background, my family history is that my dad was in the Navy, and then I was in the Navy. I have a brother who was in the Navy, and we just had a lot of people that considered service to our country to be something that we were supposed to do. Not something we're supposed to do, but that we owe to our country. Yeah, and it wasn't really the family business. I guess it's like if your dad's a plumber, you're gonna grow up to be a plumber. So, I served in the military because of the way I was brought up between me and my brothers. We were taught that you should give something back to the country that gave you so much. The most rewarding thing about serving was knowing that my family and the people were safe back here while we were doing our job everywhere else. One of the most dangerous things I did when I was in the military was flying airplanes onto aircraft carriers at night in really bad weather. I was pretty scared. I don't have any bad ones. I'm just old and sore. I served under 4 presidents: George Bush, Bill Clinton, George Bush, and then Obama. My favorite president that I served under was the first George Bush because he was a naval aviator and he understood service to country as well. So Bree wants to tell me to tell you a funny story, but I'm just going to tell you a story that she thinks is funny. When I was in Iraq doing the special warfare thing, the place where we were stationed didn't have much food, and we didn't get much to eat. So one time I called a buddy of mine. He was in a big base that had access to food, and he flew down a bunch of food for me, like lobster and steaks. They had lobsters and steaks, and I had nothing. Anyways, they flew down in a helicopter, and we built a big fire pit, and we cooked all the food, and everybody was happy, and I was a hero for a day. What makes me proud to be an American is that we live in a country where people volunteer themselves, put their lives at risk for the safety and security and the freedom of others. I'm Chris Baumstruck, and I'm proud to be an American. So I'm supposed to do it.